Alrighty, I did it. This is what the other one looks like. I'll show you my old motor mount right here. This is what the old one looks like. Obviously doesn't look as nice. I don't even think it was that bad, but I'm doing my exhaust manifold, and Rock Auto says to, you know, replace the motor mounts too. So I put some super lube, like O-ring lubricant, all around the rubber on here, and I'm gonna do the other one on the other side. And all I had to do was clear this stud. And also, the new one came with a little locking washer right here, which is cool. I don't know if I was supposed to put Loctite in these things. I don't know. I didn't. Maybe I should have. I'm not worried about it though. But I was able to torque them down as well. I don't know if you can see down there, but this is the motor mount. And basically there's a bracket right there held on by 4 bolts, but I don't want to do that. I just want to do this center one and this one, and then one on the other side of it. I then just lift up the engine a little bit until I can get this thing off of the stud right here. Then this gets torqued to 55, and these ones get torqued to 35. And that's way easier because on this side especially, you can't, it's not just 4 bolts to remove the bracket. There's also some like grounding wire attached to it. It's kind of hard to see. Like that thing's attached to the bracket as well. So if you want to remove the bracket with it, you have to do a bunch of stuff. Honestly, don't even worry about putting what's it called, Loctite on these. You know why? Because they're so accessible. You could always just unscrew this nut a little bit, put some Loctite on, unscrew this a little bit, put some Loctite on, unscrew that a little bit, put some Loctite on. You could even just check it and see if it's freaking moving, you know what I mean? Like, don't even worry about it, just check it. Alright, and I just have this little 5.5 inch pad, and then this, I don't even know what this is, a 1x6 or something like that, 2x6 that I just cut. And basically, here's the oil pan. I did this side first. So now I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna put it right here on the corner as much as I can. And these two should help a lot. So, yep, didn't damage the oil pan. Here's a little view from underneath. There's the oil pan. There's that engine mount that I just did. And then I'm just gonna do it on this side now. And I'm just gonna basically take that bolt off, then the one on the other side, and then the one in the middle. So I don't have to really mess with the bracket. Alright, I got both the center nuts. Now I just need to get that main nut. Then I can lift it up a little bit more past the stud and then take it out. I might have to move down my power steering a little bit because I think this thing is not attached to the engine. I think this thing is attached to the power steering, which is attached to the engine, and then it attaches down to the axle or something, so it might hurt it. Alright, this might give me enough clearance to not put a bunch of strain on the hose. So I'm going to lift it up a little bit, and if this thing gets tight, I'm going to have to take the power steering off. But all I need is to really take this little stud off. So it might be enough room, but we'll see. Alright, I disconnected the power steering a little bit just to relieve a little bit of pressure on this hose. And I'm going to try the same thing. Hopefully it's okay. I also disconnected the fan shroud because it was kind of hitting it. Got it. Just enough to slip out. Super cool. Super, super cool. Can't get this thing out. The one that just came off. And here's the one we're putting on for the right side. So we're just going to take this thing and Alright, now that the new one's in, it's a lot less stressful, even though it's not, you know, lined up right here and here. It doesn't matter because this thing can fall on that even with no bolts and it won't fall, so it's a lot less stressful. Just, if I were you, I would try not to put your hand in between here, even though it's tempting. But yeah, it looks pretty good to me. And I didn't have to remove the bracket. And this thing isn't just for bolts, it's also this freaking ground cable or whatever this is holding some stuff, and that's attached. It's not only this thing right here, it's also right there. There's a bolt right here too, connected to this big freaking rod. Yeah, so I'm gonna try to zoom in on it. But alright, there we go. I'm releasing the jack a little bit. Ooh. And that's what happens. It's obviously not perfect right now. Here's the old motor mounts, and let me show you the new ones. Alright, so yeah, there's that one right there, and there's that one right there. Looks a little bit funny. But yeah, you might have to use a pry bar if these aren't lined up. What I ended up doing was basically I just went on the underside of it, over here, and I just pried it a little bit and got them light up. Just make sure if you're using a pry bar to obviously pry on metal to metal surface, you know, no wires. You know, I used the pry bar on the frame. On this side, I used it on the frame, and then this little metal piece. And on this side, I used it underneath. I'm not really sure, kind of forget, but it worked out just fine. Then make sure to tighten these after all the weight's off the engine as well, because they might need to be tightened after, you know, you let the engine down all the way. Alrighty, thanks for watching.